Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a swatch comparison and a try on my lips of all of my Velvet Trap lipsticks by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I just got these in the mail a few days ago whenever I posted my last video, and I haven't got to put them on my actual lips, but I did take the product shots and I have not played with them, so this is going to be kind of like a first impressions of the Velvet Trap lipsticks. And I'm gonna go ahead and say, yes, my face is super freaking glittery. I put the ColourPop frosting powder on and I used a beauty sponge to bake with it, and it was super glittery, and that was a bad idea. But I'm only putting on makeup to film this video, so I'm not going to take it off, so you'll just have to deal with my shiny face, because after all, this video is about the lips. And with any Jeffree Star video that I do, this is about the makeup Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is not about the person, and I'm not going to share my opinions on him. This is all about this lipstick and what I think of it, nothing else. So if you're here to spread hate or leave a bad comment, please get off of my channel. You're not welcome here. Thanks. Hope you have a good day. I bought 6 of the shades. There are 20 shades in this collection. I only bought 6, and I'm going to try those on for you and then compare the 6 that I got to other colors. Showed this in my last video, but in case you didn't watch it, this is the comparison. So the Velvet Trap is a little bit bigger as far as width, and then the bottom is also a little bit thicker. And then the actual component is just the well, they might be the same height. I think they're about the same height. Yeah. Just this one's a little bit thicker. This one has a kind of snap-on plastic clasp, whereas this one is magnetic. And this one has this velvet texture. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it because I film on my phone. And it has the Jeffree Star little stamps imprinted in it. It's not gonna focus. And then this one, this is Celebrity Skin as the lip ammo. It's really dry, and I've only worn this a few times, so they actually have about the same amount of product in them. Because I know for a fact I've only worn Celebrity Skin like 3 times. The Velvet Trap actually might have a little bit more. What are the grams on these? So this one is 3.3 grams. This one is 4 grams. So this one does have just a tiny bit more product in it. I'm gonna start off with Naked Body. So he wasn't lying about one swipe coverage, and for the record, I don't have concealer or anything on my lips because I didn't want that to mess up the texture. I did see a lot of comments about these possibly being really drying because in all the product photos that you see people posting, all the little lines on their lips show. And I have exfoliated and been moisturizing my lips all day for this video, so I'm a little concerned that there's so many cracks in my teeth or in my lips. Nice when you're smiling, but when you're resting, it's in all your little lips. This is a beautiful nude. My teeth look great. This is Naked Body. By the way, these do feel a lot smoother than the lip ammos. The lip ammos were really drying, and that's why I only had one of them. The other 2 I do own came in mystery boxes. So the next shade we're going to do is Nudist Colony. This looks way more purple than it does on the lip swatches on his website, and I'm a little disappointed in that. And my lighting is going to drown it out since I'm filming at night. But this is like a mauve. Like, it's dark. So right off the bat, I was hoping this would be like a nudie pink, kind of like Christmas cookie. and it is definitely like a bright lavender. Like, this is not wearable for me. It does make my teeth look a little yellow. This reminds me of like Virginity. It's very pale. It shows all the little lines on your lips. I don't like this color on me. And I can't wear this color to work, so I'm kind of disappointed in this one. This is Hot Commodity. This one did take a little bit more swipes. As you can see, one swipe, it's kind of patchy. Down one of my lights to see if that helps, and I think it did. I was hoping this would be like Prom Night from his collection, and this is reminding me of like a magenta, like the very first MAC lipstick I got, which was, I think it was called All About Town, and I just don't like this color. It makes my teeth kind of yellow. It is not what I was expecting. The formula is easier to apply than the lip ammo. And it's a nice feeling on your lips. You can't really feel it. Like, it doesn't feel like I have lipstick on. But I'll get into that later. You stain your lips. And my lips are getting really dry as I take these off. Just because of that, like, velvet texture. So luckily I only have 3 left. So the next one is the Perfect Red. I feel like because this formula is so thick, it's a little bit harder to apply straight from the bullet. Which, if I'm on the go, that's how I apply lipstick. If I'm in my beauty room, I use a brush. So right off the bat, she is bright. She makes your teeth look good. I think she made my skin look better. This one, the lines aren't as bad, I think. But I kind of love this. Oh my god. Next up is an OG. This is Unicorn Blood. Right off the bat, I can tell you this does look different than the Velour Liquid lipstick. It's kind of lacking the red. It's very brown and it's lighter. I actually need to rebuy Unicorn Blood because mine is kind of dried up a little bit. I always have to use Duraline to reapply it. So I don't hate this. And I'm actually kind of digging it with this very neutral, like brown eyes. Sorry for the bad application. Last one is Medieval Kiss, and I'm most excited for this one. I was curious if this was going to be more black or more purple. So this is the darkest lipstick I own. It is a little bit patchy down here and in the inner part, which could have been my application. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Okay, so I feel really bad saying this. I will have to do a wear test to figure out really if this is worth the money. But first impressions, I don't think this is worth the money. I am actually really sad I bought 6 instead of the original 3 that I picked out. I could have lived without Medieval Kiss, could have lived without Hot Commodity, could have lived without Nudist Colony. Really, the only one that blew me away was A Naked Body and The Perfect Red. And I needed a new Unicorn Blood because I think it's a staple and mine is dried out. But let's talk cost. So these are around, I think, $18 to $20, which is around Jeffree's price. I think they're $18. As far as packaging goes, he did this embossing, like the letters and this and the magnetic, because he wanted it to look more sleeker and more high-end. This looked really, like, I don't want to say trashy, but it was not classy in my opinion. It looked cheap. It's just plastic, and it was pink, and it was a bullet. The bullet concept I loved, and the overspray, like, I haven't even worn mine more than 3 times, and the star has already faded off of it. The only part you can see is the J's and the stars. This, to me, does not look any classier. And if he's trying to compete with, like, classier brands like Dior, Chanel, Charlotte Tilbury, even things like NARS and Fenty, like, this is not it. For example, this is a NARS lipstick I have. I think this was like $36, and it's matte black, but it has that same kind of embossing on the side where it says NARS in really tiny letters. Like, I don't even think you can see it. There's the N. And it's magnetic. And this was my very first and is my only high-end lipstick, and they are not cruelty-free anymore, but they were cruelty-free when I bought this. It says NARS stamped in it, and this is the color Bridget. And while this color is not like a good color for me, it's beautiful, and I love wearing this out and about because it's magnetic, so if it comes off in my purse, it will clip back. Which I'm glad he upgraded to magnetic packaging finally. Welcome to 2020. But this is not classy to me. When you're looking at other high-end brands like NARS, this packaging will win over this, in my opinion. It's the pink for me. I mean, I love pink, but this does not look classy to me. I do think it's heavier. It's way heavier than any of my other lipsticks. But even when you're looking at a drugstore range, for instance, this is Milani. I think this is around $8, or it was when I bought it. I love this gold packaging, and it's just a simple tube lipstick, and even just gold with Milani on it is simple. And then you look at ColourPop, who has stars and, you know, the overspray or whatever it is that says ColourPop, the rose gold packaging, and they did the stars on their lips. I don't know if ColourPop invented this, but ColourPop was the first brand that I saw that did the star imprint. And I know, for example, Lisa Eldridge, she's a beauty YouTuber that lives in the UK. She does a lot of like historic makeup tutorials, and she's a professional makeup artist. I love her videos. I know she made her own beauty brand and came out with velvet lipsticks in 2019. I don't think she's the first one to do it, because I think way back in the day, is it Lime Crime? Lime Crime did velvet lippies, like liquid lipsticks that were velvet textured. I'm pretty sure it was Lime Crime. They did velvet lipsticks back then. So Jeffree's not doing anything like revolutionary. He didn't create this formula. The etching of the stars in the lipstick has been done before. The velvet texture has been done before. The magnetic closure has been done before. The etching or embossing of the letters has been done before. Even the bullet shaped has been done before. But I think Jeffree's is copyrighted. I do think Jeffree has the best actual bullet shape compared to like MAC that doesn't really emphasize a bullet. I think Jeffree wins on that part, but the packaging is just not it. And even the little box that it came in, I'm gonna show you. I'm in these like cardboard boxes that say Velvet Trap, the bear claw, and then it has like the expiration and all of that, and then it slides out, and then the lipstick's in there. But even this with the embossing, it's a cute concept to slide out, but it's hard to get back in, and it just looks really weird. Like when I pulled this out of the box, I was like, WTF. This would look better if it closed all the way in and you didn't have this like inch or so hanging off. If this went into each other completely, it would look cooler, but then you'd have a harder time pulling it out. I didn't like this, and I didn't really like the packaging. As far as the cost, not worth it. I'm really sad that I spent all that money on these. And then as far as cost, you can get way better drugstore lipsticks for the price. And if I was gonna look for a high-end lipstick, I'd go for something a little bit more classy that I know has a better formula. I just didn't think this was it. And I have dry lips, so maybe that's my personal opinion. For bullet lipsticks, I don't really wear them anymore. I wear liquid lipsticks, but even just wearing one of Jeffree's liquid lipsticks dries my lips out for like days. And I can't wear any other lip products after that. To me, is this a step up from the lip ammos? Absolutely. The lip ammos sucked. Kind of like the first round of lip liners, it was not it. And I don't know what Jeffree was thinking releasing that. Maybe it was a money grab, kind of like Mini Orgy. It wasn't ready to be in mass production. It wasn't ready to come out, and he just didn't care. As far as these go, I really don't know. I really don't think I like it, but I would have to do a wear test because it does feel very light. You don't feel anything on your lips, which is really nice. But how's it gonna wear when I'm eating, when I'm drinking, when I'm, you know, sucking out of a straw? I don't know about that. The colors, they applied nice. They're a little patchy. I know a few people were saying the little unicorn that comes with it, that the colors were off compared to that versus the website versus the actual lipstick, and I agree. Nudist Colony, wherever it went, is way more purple. Like, I would have not bought this if I knew it was purple. And I hate that he doesn't like give us a fair warning. He gives us like a week's warning. Hey, I'm launching a new product Friday. And I'm like, why do you always launch products in between payday and we don't know about them? We can't save. Thank God for Afterpay. So yeah. Final thoughts on the Velvet Trap lipsticks. Packaging, not it. Box packaging, not it. Texture, that's to be decided because I need to do a wear test to really decide that. But it does show every little line. So I'm not in love with that. And I want to see how it wears to actually give you a final opinion. But I know I'm not the only person on the internet that thinks this. So yeah, if you bought one, let me know what colors you bought and what your opinion is down below in the comments. And I'm going to go forward with the video giving you swatches, comparing them to other liquid lipsticks, etc. Okay, so I'm going to take you off the stand and bring you down so you can see the swatches. Naked body first. Naked body. Mannequin. Naked, butt naked from his Orgy collection vault. Then you have Nudist Colony. And then right next to it, I swatched the Velour Liquid Lipstick in Scandal. Next, you have Hot Commodity as the Velvet Trap, Prom Night, and then Jeffree What the... Next to that, they're kind of mixed together, is the Perfect Red, which was the Red Velvet Trap. Right next to that, you have Red Rum, and then Are You Filming? Then you have Unicorn Blood and Unicorn Blood next to each other. And then I do not have a purple, so we have Medieval Kiss. And then I tried to swatch Androgyny and Medusa. And Medusa's like a dark gray, and androgyny was like nowhere near it. So technically Medusa's the darkest color I own. But those are the swatches, and I think the Perfect Red and Red Rum are dead on. I think Prom Night is a little bit brighter than Hot Commodity, and Jeffree is kind of similar, like almost identical to Prom Night. And I think Unicorn Blood and Unicorn Blood, the Velour Liquid Lipstick is right next to Medieval Kiss, and you can see it's a more red and darker, and Unicorn Blood in the Velvet Trap is more brown and lighter, and I noticed that this was a trend in a lot of them. Overall, I think that some of these colors I could have lived without, for instance, Hot Commodity or Nudist Colony. I do love a good nude. Mannequin's my favorite, so I'm really excited that he made the Naked Body one, because I didn't want to buy Diet Mannequin since he changed the color. But those are the swatches, and let me know in the comments what colors you bought and what your thoughts are on these lipsticks. Thank you again for watching this video, and I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this collection down in the comments. Let's have an active discussion without arguing or being hateful. And if you like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks.